What am I doing? After my previous experience with Furby and Angry Birds from Fash'ems line, I thought to myself, I will never ever review something like that again, because I have to say it was a very bad smelling experience. But no, I was wrong. Yesterday, while I was in the supermarket cruising down the toy lane, I found Fash'ems from My Little Pony. Yes, this is real, and the very fact made me ditch away my self-preservation instinct and buy it. So now I'm going to review it, and you may notice that the name is changed. It's no longer Fash'ems, it's Fash'ems, because I think when people think ponies, they don't want to think smash or mash. So this is a combination of Fash'ems and fashion, because ponies are very fashionable, and I'm really interested what we will see inside. Again, super squishy, ages 4 and up, and this is not a product of Hasbro. Again, it's made by Tech for Kids. It's licensed out by Hasbro, but not a direct product. And in Poland, it is distributed by EP Company, and there are 3 series of these things. Yes, this is the second one from 2014, and luckily this series contains the main 6. We have Twilight Sparkle, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, Rainbow Dash, Applejack and Rarity, and now they look kind of cute, but I'm very concerned that what I will pay attention most to will be their smell. Because even now, you can see this is a breathable package, and I can tell you, yes, the bad smell is there. It's kind of moderate, but I think this is just a warning for what will wait inside. So let's open it and face our destiny. Whoops, that unpacking did not go according to the plan. Originally I thought I would just strip off the perforated part of the foil and then unwrap the rest in a civilized manner and then take the cap off to get to my pony. But no, it seems it's much easier to just brutally destroy the whole foil thing and then gain access to the toy. I guess no matter, we still got our hands on Pinkie Pie. Let's see what she's got. So here she is, in her super deformed version, which I suppose is kind of more kid-friendly, if that's even possible with these characters. Definitely kind of adorable, nice to look at, and as you can see, very bendy. Of course, she'll still stand straight all on her own, but due to her wobbly nature, it's much easier to topple her. Like so, you just have to pay attention to how you put her on the floor. And she's made completely out of rubber. Actually, 2 shades of rubber. This is pink mane, and this is slightly softer pink, and this is painted pink. So separate pieces and painted. And because it's separate, I'm not sure how long this will survive attached, because can you see this small strand of goo underneath? Yeah, that's glue. It's just glued. So if we use this toy as its purpose suggests, I'm not sure how long this will survive as one piece. As you can see, we also have some paint in the eyes and on the cutie mark. And is the cutie mark on one side? Of course it is. We have production information here. And like I said with previous Fash'ems toys, I'm not sure if it's such a good idea to have so much paint on a potentially super deformable part. And by super deformable, I mean something like this, and this, and that. Yes, if you are a fan of Pinkie Pie, you may want to switch this video off if you are too sensitive. But really, that's the nature of the toy. You squish it, you smash it, you mash it. Though I admit, it may be fun at first, but compared to previous toys I reviewed from this line, it's not super fun. Where's my... oh, here he is. The Angry Bird. As you can see, he is completely mashable. 100% of his body. So much that I can see the water that's inside. This is a really great stress reliever, despite what I can say about this toy otherwise, but here this experience is limited because only the head is filled with water and smashable. This filled, you can't, well, you can bend it and deform it, but you can't squish it like that. So it's only about, I don't know, 50% of the toy, so the experience is 50% less fun. It's not terrible, but still, for something that is from this line, I would expect more mashability. But then again, this is called Fash'ems, so maybe mashing is no longer the main objective. Still, it's not bad for the price. I paid around $3 for this. But yeah, if I have to get the toy for the franchise from the character, this would be good, but if I wanted to have the toy for the experience of mashing something, I would go on with Furby or Angry Birds. They are still on the market, and a much bigger part of their body is mashable, improving the mashing experience. But like I said, this toy is kind of fun to work with only if your nose is not fully functional, because if it is, you will be turned down by the stench of this toy, and I mean it. Yeah, that smells really, really bad, and that's the main problem I have with all Fash'ems. They just stink. And by all, I mean this too. Just out of curiosity. Yes, that smells just as bad, and the funny thing is, this was opened almost 2 years ago, so if you thought that you could take away that smell by exposing this to fresh air for a long time, not going to happen. I will admit though, I'm kind of curious how the quality of Pinkie Pie will stack up to other toys in this line, and actually I can check that because I have a second piece over here. So now we got Rainbow Dash, and I admit my feelings about her are mixed because from a distance she looks great. More interesting than Pinkie Pie due to her rainbow colourful mane, wings, pastel blue that's very nice to look at, violet eyes. Looks really, really interesting. However, from up close, it's much, much worse. Yes, the multi-paint is interesting, but also means that the blurs are appearing. Some places where this looks Splatoon, where one ink is fighting for dominance with the other. You can also see more places where the paint is not applied all that well. It's just blurry, smudgy. The wings kind of look like they will fall off easily. And the whole thing looks kind of dirty, like Rainbow Dash was playing in dirt and hasn't had the opportunity to wash up yet. In the hair, on the tail, especially here on her cheek, we have something brownish, something dirty that I have no idea how to clean off. It really looks bad. The whole thing looks like it's just mediocre, very bootleggish in its execution. So from a distance, yes, this looks promising, but from up close, let's stay with the from the distance, because it's just not worth looking at from up close. It's just really bad. And I will have to say that from these two toys, I prefer Pinkie Pie because, yeah, maybe in terms of colors she's less interesting, but her overall presence is much more clean and slightly more refined. Here, even squishing Rainbow Dash doesn't really make up for it. I just find it a worse toy than this one. And now it's comparison time. So here we have our two Fash'em figures. Here we have a semi-clear Pinkie Pie from the blind bags. Here we have a solid Pinkie Pie from the magazine. And here we have Rarity from the pop line. And let us not forget about the common cola can, the marvellous €1 and the magnificent $1. So, to sum it all up, if you're a fan of My Little Pony and like to squish things from time to time, I think these toys can work for you. However, if you value your sense of smell, stay away from them because, man, they stink. It's not worth it if you like your nose. And that's all for this video review. I will be back with the next one soon. And until then, stay well.